thank the member for Vaucluse. I call the member for Cabramatta.
Thank you, Mr Acting Speaker. I rise to express my condolences this evening to the Whitlam family at the passing of Margaret Elaine Whitlam OAM on behalf of the entire electorate and my community of Cabramatta, a place where the Whitlam family represented in the federal parliament, which was then the federal seat of Werriwa, and a place where they raised their 4 children. Mr Speaker, Margaret Whitlam was an inspirational woman, a true leader in her own right. Always supportive of Goff's career, but broke the stereotype. She dared to have her own opinions and had no fear to express those opinions. Margaret was a feminist, yes, strong on women's rights and equalities, fought for social justice and the inclusion of all. Above all, she was adored by the Cabramatta community and the Australian public. No other First Lady of Australian politics has come close to receive such overwhelming affection and respect. She was someone all Australians were proud of. My personal memories of the Whitlams as a young fellow in the 50s, I remember seeing both Goff and Margaret in our local area. I used to see her many times at the Serbian functions that my father would take us to. Tall people, tall in stature and impressive to see. As I grew older and learned what they were all about, because as a child I didn't understand that they were politicians, just these 2 people that came to our functions, I was inspired to join the Australian Labor Party, and Goff was the reason that I did join the Labor Party, to fight for social justice, help people and make positive contributions to the society that I lived in. Mr Speaker, I joined the ALP in 1971, and the first campaign that I worked on, and have worked on every one since, was the campaign for Goff Whitlam's 1972 It's Time campaign, the heady days of the Labor Party. Goff's seat of Werriwa took in Cabramatta, as I said, and the surrounding areas at the time. In 1957, the Whitlams moved from Cronulla to Cabramatta, where they bought a block of land in Albert Street, and from there lived till the late 70s, raising their families. Margaret was well loved in our local area, adored by the local community, as was Goff. Cabramatta Library was named after the Whitlams. The Whitlam Library was named after the Whitlams in respect of both these great Australians. Margaret was granted the first life membership of the Australian Labor Party alongside Goff. Cabramatta Aquatic Centre, the $13.5 million project that Council undertook to rebuild the Cabramatta Pool. As Mayor, I had the honour, and I would say here, of helping, not for me to open it, but having Goff help me open the Cabramatta Leisure Centre with both Goff and Margaret in 1908. Mr Speaker, we were joined by a large crowd on that day of local residents, community leaders, but the real highlight day for all of us was having Margaret and Goff there that day, inspecting the leisure centre and what services a community leisure centre that services and the community that they were fond of day in and day out. The significance of this, Mr Speaker, is that the new Cabramatta Leisure Centre, Cabramatta Leisure Centre, was built on the side of the old pool at Cabramatta, and I'm certain that it was in the early 60s that Goff, in the late 50s, that Goff Whitlam opened this pool as well, with the help of the then Mayor. And where Margaret spent many years in the 60s as coach, and also as a coach and a member of the Cabramatta swimming club. And there where she made sure that the youth of our area were being looked after. I also may say at this stage, Margaret represented Australia at the Empire Games in 1938, which is a great achievement in itself. Mr Speaker, in conclusion, I offer my sincere condolences to Goff on this sad occasion, to the whole family, their children Tony, Nick, Stephen and Catherine. The Cabramatta community, along with the rest of Australia, woke up to the sad news on the 17th of March 2012. Our community really did lose one of our own and a national treasure. Australia has lost a giant, a true and gracious lady, a leader, someone that we all looked up to but absolutely adored at the same time. Mr Speaker, I've often ended my speeches when in the presence of Goff and Margaret with the words, "We love you, Goff." But today, on behalf of Cabramatta and my colleagues in this Parliament, with sadness I say, we love you, Margaret. May you rest in peace.
I thank the member for Cabramatta and Vale, Margaret Whitlam. I call the member for East Hills.